goodbye, Dunaj Varos. You served us very well, and maybe back at some point. Who knows? Who knows? From Soviet influence in heavy industry to Soviet influence in the military and air force, this is an Mi-24 attack helicopter. I'm not far from a secret Soviet airbase in the Hungarian countryside, or what was a secret Soviet airbase in the Hungarian countryside. And this monument was placed here to commemorate the first Hungarian helicopter regiment to use these. It's nicknamed, or has a NATO reporting name, Hind. The Russians nickname it the crocodile, because of its shape and unique camouflage. And these things would have been stationed all over former Warsaw Pact air bases in Eastern Europe, ready to attack at any moment. It's a classic case of Soviet air power. Thankfully, it was never used against NATO in the Cold War. That's why we call it the Cold War, because it never went hot, thankfully. But what I'm going to do is head up the road and check out the town name, which I cannot say for the life of me, because it's even more complicated than the last one. Insert text here. And check out the old airbase. The Soviets built loads of infrastructure surrounding Warsaw Pact air bases, including full towns with housing, hospitals, and everything you need really for, I suppose, air superiority and training. Let's go check it out. As I drive up this very rough road, it's mad to think that this is, well, effectively as of, what, 35, 36 years ago? This is, you know, would have been, you know, complete enemy territory to a Brit, I suppose. You know, this is peak Cold War secret airbase. We did have our own, well, I'm sure across NATO, but I know there are some in the UK which now basically just lie abandoned. But it's crazy to think how ready the world was to basically go at each other. Wow, we've made it. Crazy to think how that road I've just driven on would have been completely blocked off at one point. Crazy to think how ready the world was to basically go at each other. NATO and Warsaw Pact, that is. But it's like a tourist or low-key tourist attraction apparently. The ghost town is private property and it has opening hours. The gate's open, but there's a camera and it says call this number, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going past the gate and I've just called the number and I've just been told to wait. There's somebody on their way, so who knows? But there you go, there's a glimpse of some no doubt Soviet built prefabricated concrete block to probably house Air Force personnel. Hopefully we'll get in shortly. Fingers crossed. They've got it cameraed up though, look. They're not messing around. Here's our man. Can I go in?
Yes, just private place, and 2,000 forints is the per persons this entry.
I haven't got any cash.
Just only cash, yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
To you?
Yes.
Okay. Where's the nearest ATM? Do you know? ATM.
ATM.
Yeah.
Veszprém. 5 kilometers in
Okay.
Veszprém.
Okay. I'll go there and come straight back.
Yes.
Is that okay?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes. Go back, go Veszprém, and then go back.
Okay. Shall I call you again? Or
I look this.
okay. Yep. Cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll be back.
I wait you.
turning into a small saga, but I'm not going to complain because 2,000 forint I think is about £5. And if I had a Soviet airbase or if I somehow got hold of an abandoned Soviet airbase, I would know what to charge. He's undercharging. He's not making enough money. And also, how do you even come under ownership of that kind of thing? Unless maybe it was used as like a private airfield and it gave him all the land. I don't know. But you'll never guess where we are. Hungarian Tesco for a cash point. Yeah, I just saw 4 people just walking.
I look and call the police and
Yeah, okay.
yes. Please read.
Yeah. You own it?
Yes, half.
Half. For how long?
2 years.
Many tourists?
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah. That's good.
I hate my territory.
You hate it?
I want to sell.
Really? Why?
Boring and tourist
Annoying.
idiots.
Yeah, me.
Not you.
Yeah, I see. It's, yeah. Maybe trespassing, like illegal walk-in, annoying. Yeah. Yeah.
Please save me. Police is give.
Okay. Well,
And please write to people, okay? Your
yeah.
name.
Right, here we go. He's basically just said you can drive in and drive anywhere you want. So I'm going to go and see if I can find the furthest away building, the least untouched, or sorry, the most untouched building, because all these look, well, vandalized. I'm sure they probably all are, but this is pretty incredible. I'm pretty sure the airfield is over the other side. But yeah, let's go see what we can find. Down the old socialist Hungary airbase road. Hello. You okay? Oh, bloody hell. So we're basically in what would have been barracks, Soviet barracks, or belonging to the socialist Hungarian Air Force. Now it's completely abandoned and very much overgrown. The guy that owns this place is saying he owns half, and he's basically sick of dealing with stupid tourists, just like me. But yeah, I can see why. It's a massive site, and he's trying to charge people to come in, and I reckon people probably just, you know, walk in and kind of do whatever they want, because it's not in pretty shape. There's a lot of graffiti and stuff. But yeah, let's go. Let's take a walk. There's loads of it. Probably get lost. But he's been great. He said I can just bring the car anywhere, drive around. and have a look. It's massive. Absolutely massive. The old flag holder up there. Maybe once had a socialist Hungarian flag, or a Soviet flag, or a red flag on Workers' Day. The classic Soviet blue. Pretty sure there must have been a surplus of that paint back in the day. I think everything of value or intrigue has probably been taken away from this place. Can you imagine back in the day being basically here being trained up constantly, I'd imagine. Well, as with any military base, I suppose, but it'd be in preparation for, who knows, nuclear war, imminent war with NATO, working with your Soviet partners, your Soviet counterparts, as it was back in the day. So they've blocked all the paths with things, probably to stop people driving through here. Can easily see how someone can get lost in here, to be honest. Including me, but don't really want to get lost. Just gonna go up the most intriguing path and hope for the best. Hope I don't trip and snap my leg. I don't think anyone's coming in here to find me, to be honest. Wow. Seems a little bit more intact, this place. God. Oh. Last time I saw anything like this was in Pripyat. We abandoned, well, as I mentioned earlier in the video, the abandoned city of Chernobyl. But of course, this hasn't been abandoned due to a disaster. Well, it depends who you ask. This is abandoned because, well, socialism ended in Hungary in 1990, when the, at the time, communist government basically bowed down to public pressure and held their first elections. At which stage the public took advantage of that first free and fair election and voted out the Communist Party. And with that, I suppose, came Hungary's departure of the Warsaw Pact and the Soviet soldiers' departure from Hungary. And that's how we end up with places like this, completely abandoned. Not even been repurposed, just left. Left to rot. Crazy. Just spotted this thing on the side of the road. I thought I'd just pop in and have a look. Obviously some bust that's gone missing. I wonder who it was. There's no name inscribed on it anymore. Is there anything if I get closer? No. I suppose at the end of the communist period, even the busts and monuments within the military bases got torn down as well. No stone left unturned. Or no stone head left unturned. Wow. I mean, regardless of what's left or not left, the infrastructure is pretty amazing. To think of the scale of it all in the middle of nowhere, Someone's placed a fake dead body on that chair. Yeah, to think it's just in the middle of nowhere is pretty fascinating. And obviously, as I walk around, you know, the soldiers here, I bet they never thought this would be abandoned with a Westerner just casually striding around with a camera, you know, within 35 years' time of them even being here. But it is a shame that it's obviously been left to completely crumble. And I imagine the rest of it's all just going to be exactly the same, so I'm probably not even going to bother. And I forgot to put the handbrake up. I was getting very confused as to why the cars rolled all the way down here. Oh dear. That could have been bad. That could have been very bad. Thank God I'm in an abandoned place. I'm not used to driving a car with a manual handbrake anymore. How that is so poor. Oh dear. I'm definitely not supposed to be in this area, but needs must for the content. Hope there's no snakes or anything else in here. I think there would be. Or what that is. Some kind of, I don't know. I don't even know what that could be. Looks like something a tank might drive over, but I couldn't see why. Maybe like a service area or something. Who knows? Okay, so the airfield's down that way, but I don't think I'll push my luck and go down there. Wow. That fire crew or something. Always find abandoned places so sketchy. Buildings completely overgrown. Just completely discarded and forgotten about. Actually written into the history books. But we're looking at it in person. Wow. I mean, God knows what these buildings were, but it's definitely to do with the airfield, that's for sure. There is a hangar somewhere near here. I'd like to try and find. Don't know what it would have housed. Some MiGs, some Tupolevs maybe. Who knows? Yeah. Don't know what that says. Just gonna keep edging my way in. See what we can find. Don't want to go anywhere too close to anything that it shouldn't really be, because it's private property. And yeah, there was an area where they didn't want us to go. And of course I've made it into that area. Oh, there's a sign here, what does that say? Oh. No idea. It's got two hammers on it in a crossed shape. Dare I say it? This is definitely eerier than Pripyat because there's literally no one here. Pripyat is now basically a tourist attraction, whereas this is just absolutely dead. I'd love to know what these buildings are. I wish I'd know a little bit of elementary Hungarian so I could try and understand the writing that's on some of the signs, but very complicated language I hear. The hangar must be around here somewhere. Probably walked past it. Let's go down to the end of this path and see if there's anything to be found. Definitely don't want to be going that way. That's more towards that prohibited airfield. Really want to see if I can get inside this hangar. It'd be pretty cool. There's one photo, weirdly, on Google Maps, which makes me think it's obviously can't be that bad to access if someone's gone in and just casually popped a photo on Google Maps. And building in there as well. There's buildings everywhere. I can't even get to. I reckon it's down here. There's obviously some activity going on. I don't want to get caught, but we'll give it a go. Whoa, yeah, that'll be a hangar. How do we get inside? That is the question. If we can even get inside. Can you imagine? Can you imagine being here during that time? Especially when things they did get quite volatile at one stage. Well, many stages during the Cold War. You know, can you imagine being on high alert? Especially as a Soviet soldier, you know, far away from home, in a random airbase in Hungary. There you go. Oh, I don't know how we get in there, but around the other side. But there's nothing really going on in there. It's all just gone. Wonder if the Soviets took stuff as they left, or well, they probably did take the majority of it. But then also, you see a lot of abandoned buildings. You can find a lot of abandoned buildings across Eastern Europe. And of course, in the early 90s, there was a lot of economic stagnation. So anything in buildings of any value has just been ransacked. A bit like here, there's what, 10, 20 buildings, and there's nothing in them at all, just flaking paint. Oh, one of these things. If anyone can tell me what that is, then let me know. I'm intrigued. Just want to get into this hangar, and then I feel like I've completed it. Oh wow, it's another one. It's another one. Another hangar, and it's open. Let's go in. Oh, that was easy. The hangar I was trying to get into was all locked up, but this one, bloody wide open. Wow. Absolutely ginormous. Had an insect on me trying to eat me. Mental. You know, you kind of hope you might see some kind of propaganda or something. Oh, hang on a minute. Thank you, SSSR, USSR. Thank you for what, I imagine. Some people see them as liberators, others see them as criminals. But you can't argue they were here for a purpose, and they clearly showed that with bases like these. Pretty cool. Right, I don't want to go too far because I don't think we're going to see anything, you know, more than just shells of buildings, or I'll get lost. Speaking of shells, what's that? Oh, it's the graffiti can, huh? I think we've pretty much conquered the place, to be honest. Can only imagine what it was like to have been here at the time when it was all up and running. Can you imagine this place full of, you know, full of aircraft? I keep saying that with hesitation because none of these doors look but wide enough to house an aircraft. Maybe they were just parts warehouses, or, well, maybe weapon storage, more likely. suppose that's a more sensible idea. Look at that. That's an old flagpole or something. I've got to find a way out of this place. I'll find a way back to the car, hopefully. Right, so I'm going to have to push through the woods to get back to some path of any kind. I've got a rough idea of where I'm going. Hopefully I get out. So many of these branches are scraping me apart. Gosh. As cool as this stuff is, it doesn't sketch me out a bit because there's no one around here. There's no one around here. If you fall over and like break a leg or something, you're absolutely stuffed. No one's going to hear you out here. I mean, look at that roof. It's absolutely just, yeah, you know the word. Yeah, you got to be careful when you're Soviet adventurizing / socialist Hungarian adventurizing. Yeah, look at that. Oh, having said that, there's a car there. There's a structure over here that I want to have a look at. I think it probably would have been some kind of, platform for, I don't know, marching or parades or ceremonies or something like that. But yeah, isn't it amazing how nature just completely retakes everything in its path? I mean, yeah, I've got to be careful because I'm going to end up killing myself and tripping on a stick. Yeah. Must have been some kind of platform. I'm looking out for things like flagpoles. Yeah, maybe there's one over there. Absolutely immense place. Goes on forever and ever and ever. And I wish I could, I had a bit more specific knowledge about the use of it. But obviously, yeah, from what we know, basically it's a Soviet installation for Hungarian helicopter regiment. And no doubt the Soviets would have used it too. Yeah, jutting up right on the western border of the Warsaw Pact borders. Well, I think it's safe to say that was worth a £5. I mean, I keep repeating myself, there's nothing in the buildings, but it's pretty cool to see, isn't it? For us Soviet buffs, Soviet adventure buffs. Definitely would recommend, if you're coming to Hungary, get yourself a car, get yourself out of the city, because this is what you want. This is what you want to come and see. But yeah, just watch your step, I must say. Bye-bye, old Soviet-built road. Bye-bye, Mi-24 helicopter. You join me from Lake Balaton, the largest freshwater lake in Central Europe. And what a beautiful ending point for a hell of a day and a great adventure. We've learned a lot about how communism came to be in Hungary and some of its long-lasting effects on some cities, its industry, military, and more. Would highly recommend, and I think I'll be back. But for now, there's only one thing left to do.